Everything is on the line right now, this game for Zukarakox on Steps of War. Really close match. Protoss versus Zerg, and we'll see what's going on. For those of you just tuning in, the scReddit Open is a free weekly tournament. Anyone can join. Go to the StarCraft subreddit at reddit.com and check it out. The StarCraft subreddit at reddit.com, run by Steve Z and Fear Gorham, and they just do a great job of setting up these tournaments and getting everything going. Good luck. Have fun. Heart. Good luck. H. And then a delayed F. So, good games going on here. Now, as I said, this is game 3, so Navi's kind of got a little bit of pressure on to win the game right now, but, you know, she could wait, and she's giving a shout-out to her Protoss sensei, Anavrin. So, I will shout that out as well. Meanwhile, Zukarakox really needs to come up with something to win in this game. He really needs to just kind of figure out what he's going to do to be able to beat this, because so far he lost to a Baneling bust, and then he lost to a sort of late game Nidus Worm counterattack, which was brilliant. That was just phenomenal. I didn't even, that was a wonderful victory. So this is a game 3. All is on the line, so I'm waiting to see what Navi's going to do. I'm waiting to see what Zukarakox is going to do. I want to give, once again, a big shout-out to the mods at screddit.com, Fear Gorham and Steve Z, who set all this stuff up, and a shout-out to teamliquid.net, and to Day 9 for just, frankly, being my hero. So, good job, all of those guys. Moving right along. A little bit of chomping, biting, shield zapping action going on here. First gateway is going up. A little aggressive scout from the drone. Navi's got this trademark early gas again. I never really do this, but getting the gas completely completed before you actually even get the spawning pool up. And like I said, every game she's done that. She's got roaches so far, so I would guess roaches again. Meanwhile, we're waiting on that second pylon at some point. There's the second gateway. Ooh. With gas, but nobody in gas. What's going on here exactly? Could he be trying to fake out? There's the second pylon. Could he be chrono boosting zealots? I'm not sure. Okay, there's the gas finally coming up. So, curious as to what exactly this build order entails. Protoss build orders are sort of a unique kind of flavor to them, because they almost all involve a certain quantity of gateways and a certain quantity of robo bays, but it's kind of hard to tell them all early on. So we'll see. A big variety of armies that can come out of any number of gateways. Meanwhile, Navi once again, however, she is getting metabolic boost this time, and I approve. Even if you're not getting lings, always get metabolic boost. Metabolic boost is basically base defense. You can just think of that as static base defense. Just get it even if you're not going to build a single ling, because at some point you may have to suddenly throw a flock of lings at something that's invading your base, and at that point they'll be better for it. So you're kind of upgrading Zerglings that you should always have. Just always get it. So glad to see that going up. And the roaches. Potential for a really strong 5 roach push here, if she's down with that. So we shall see. I, for one, would love to see it, because it's one of my favorite close map build orders against, say, a slightly turtling Protoss or a turtling Terran. 5 roach push followed up by speedlings is just a ridiculously awesome attack. Chrono boosting out 2 stalkers now. Nice and aggressive 2-gate build here. There's our warp gate research, and hasn't been chrono boosted yet, which is interesting. Opting instead to chrono boost these stalkers. Good question. What are they producing? I should always have my production tabs up. Of course. So we got the 5 roaches, and like I said, I would love to see a 5 roach timing push with a whole bunch of speedlings backing it up. I would just love it. I'd be tickled pink. And here we go. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're going to see here, because, well, frankly, though, Zukarakox did the right idea, which was start making units early and often of varying quality. So he actually has a couple of stalkers and a couple of zealots. So normally a 5 roach push would find, a sentry and a couple of zealots and would just stomp right through it. This will be a little bit trickier, so he might actually have the right counter build for that kind of a push. She's falling back a little bit with her roaches, but, not looking too bad at the moment. We'll see. Kind of needs some more roaches. So here are the speedlings. Like I said, she did a perfect... This was it. This was the build I wanted to see, and guess what? Zukarakox has the right build to counter it, which is just a lot of, random early units. There's the shield. Let's see how quickly she can get through there, though. Stalkers are doing a lot of damage, but so are the roaches. Most roaches are firing. This little bit back here is not being able to get any damage off. But killing a lot of zealots, but these stalkers are just paying for themselves. 3 kills and 2 kills each. Here's another stalker. And now you're trapped in here with me kind of mentality as that last only surviving roach is out of there. So that was it, and that was the correct defense against it. So I'm glad we can see that. And boom, going to come through one more time, though. Not going to let up at all. Those lings take some harsh casualties they're getting through. Not sure that was microed the way I'd like to see it, especially with a bit more units coming up here. Could have waited maybe a second or two, but oh well, kept the pressure on. But now she's going to have to just switch it up and do something else. So getting a second gas, going tier 2, and we'll have to see what's going on here. So the Zukarakox, on the other hand, is actually getting level 1 ground weapons, which I like. Very good. Certainly helps out against lings if you got a lot of zealots. And meanwhile, banelings are coming up too. So interesting choice on her part. Expansion for the Protoss player. Will we see an expansion for the Zerg player? Maybe not. Will we see 3 on gas? And there we go. And finally upping that econ, because frankly, your econ suffers a little bit during that 5 roach build because you kind of put all in on roaches at first. So you can see already 21 drones versus 26 probes. She's a little bit behind in terms of economy, which is going to be just exacerbated by the fact that she doesn't have an expansion. So big push now coming from Zukarakox. Although, you know, he saw that Ursadon calf and just kind of Ursadat calf and just decided to retreat. And realizing it was a neutral unit is going to keep moving now. So here comes the attack. Zerglings all wasted. All Zerglings dead. No damage done. Can the banelings do any damage here? Pretty good, actually. Took out a good chunk of the sentries, but I think those stalkers are going to win it. Just too little too late. Good defense. We'll see. She's got 6-7 roaches queued up, though, so this counterattack could be enough to save it. But it's going to take a little while, and she's going to lose a ton of supply in the meantime. Oh, I like those preemptive shields, but of course the pathing helped them out, and they were able to path around it when they spawned. Flanking in with the workers is a nice touch, and these roaches are going to be able to fight off a little bit, but look how many stalkers she has to deal with right now. And I think that's going to be a good game. So Zukarakox might take the first game finally. And this could be going into game 4. Both sides have armies exchanging blows. And there's the good game from Navi.